Hey guys, this is Sampreeta. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we're going to be talking about the basic fundamentals of stock market. So before we dive into the fundamentals, let's first clearly understand what is the stock market. So what is it? The stock market in simple terms is the place for buying and selling stocks. Now the platform that we do this through is NSE or BSE, which is National Stock Exchange of India, or BSE, Bombay Stock Exchange. So now you might be having questions like, why do we need the stock market? What are stocks? Why is it important? Why should we learn all this? I mean, you do have a point. But see, stock market is really important in the world because everything we see around us is a part of the stock market. That Maggie you're having, Nestle company. Ooh, that water bottle you're drinking from, Unilever. And whatnot, everything that we see around us, that soap you're using, it's ITC. So every single product that we see around us is a part of the stock market. So we basically can't live without it, and it's a really important part in the economy. Alright, moving on, what is a stock? Good question. A stock is, or a share, is a part of a company. It's a tiny segment of a company. A company has crores and crores of stocks, and one stock is a tiny segment. So now that we've cleared that out, let's move on to. So this video is going to contain the simple fundamentals of stock market. If you want to learn about the expertise and detailed fundamentals, stay tuned to my channel. Alright, so let's move on with the fundamentals. Let's start off with bulls and bears. So a bull is a trader who wants the stock price to go up. So that is how they profit. They make the stock price go up. And as you might have guessed, the bear wants the stock price to go down. So that is how they profit, the stock price to go down. Alright, so now that we've got that cleared, you might be thinking, why do we need all this? What is a bull? What is a bear? Why do we need all this? So we will be discussing all of that in our next videos. So stay tuned. Alright, coming now to the history of a stock. To understand the fundamentals more deeply, to understand stock market more deeply, we have to understand the history of any stock, of a stock. Okay, let's just take an example. I have a stock. Okay, so how did that stock start? No matter what stock, there's always a history. So suppose I have a stock. So how did it start? Let's go back to the history. So the history of a stock starts with maybe the owner gets an idea. Okay, so the owner of a company, they get ideas and they start and they make companies to make the world a better place. So the owners, they get ideas and they make these companies. That is how it starts. And but you must be also thinking, how do we know about all these companies? I mean, no matter which corner of the world they might be in, we know about all of them. I mean, there are so many famous companies. How do we know all of those? How did they come? How did they become so famous? Okay, so you might be thinking this. So to explain that, I need to explain to you what is an IPO. So an IPO is a group of people, or a person, or a group of people, a community who helps the owner. If the company is of some good, if the company is really good and deserves to be listed in NSE, the IPO will help the owner to list the company, to make the company public. So that is how we know about all of those famous companies. That is how they started actually. Alright, we're done with the history now. Let's coming to the end of our video. We're gonna talk about long and short, and this won't take much time because this is related to bulls and bears. So basically, long is the positioning where you are long and you have bought shares of a company, and you obviously, if you've bought something, you want the price to go up, right? So that you get profit. Yeah, so that's when you are long. And of course you might have guessed short too. So short is when you have sold the shares that you had of a company. Suppose you sold the shares and now your position is short. So now you would want the price to go down, which is related to bull and bear. Okay, so one last point that you do need to remember to become an amazing investor, to become very successful in stock market, is to have stop losses. This is really important, guys, because having stop losses stops making too many losses and stops you from losing too much money. Okay, so what is a stop loss? You might be thinking, what exactly is it? Okay, so the stop loss is the exact price that you put for your share. After buying it, you put a price as a stop loss to stop your loss if it goes the other way, if it goes the unexpected way. You have a price that the price you have a price which you can square your position, and you can minimize your loss. So let me explain this a bit. So when you are in a long position, okay, I suppose I'm taking an example. I bought a share, suppose at 123, at a price of 123, okay, and I would obviously want it to go up. Suppose I put a target for 140, okay, but it doesn't go to 140. Why? I don't know, because there's less demand. Okay, I might have not mentioned this, but you might be also thinking that at the first of the video you might have also thought that, how does the price move? I mean, how does it go up and down? I mean, bulls and bears, how does the price go? How does the price move? Who moves it? The operator? Yeah, kind of. So who moves the price? We, the people, do. Suppose there is more demand for the stock. There's more demand for the company. There's more demand for the stock. Like in this time period, in the COVID time, more pharma stocks are moving. That means medicine stocks are moving, like AstraZeneca, Pfizer, and all these stocks, they're really moving. Apollo Hospital, these stocks are really moving. And what stocks are losing? I mean, maybe travel agencies, and like travel agencies and train companies and plane companies. These are losing. These are the losers, because I mean, no one is traveling at this point of time because of this COVID environment. So that is how you're supposed to put your logic into the stock market, because the stock market is all about logic, and it's all about logic, and it's all about experience. That's it. It's really simple, guys. So you just need to put a bit of logic, and you might become the next best investor ever. Okay, so ending with my video here. Please stay tuned. Please like, share, and subscribe this video, because this is really gonna profit you guys if you want to get into the stock market. Alright, and stay connected, because I'm gonna get more awesome videos your way.